Hello, welcome back to Greenhill Junction. So, as you see for the title of this video, it's out with the old, in with the new. And what I've done over the last few months is I have replaced the last three of my DC locomotives with DCC ready replacements. So now my entire fleet is modern DCC ready. It was a bit hard to do this because I'm quite attached to the three locos on the left, which are the older ones. However, the three on the right are ones that I've been looking for a while, and thanks to the magic of the internet managed to get them at very good prices. So what I'll do is I will show you the three that are being replaced. I will show you the three that are replacing them, and then we'll have a wee running session around the layout with the three new ones. Alright, so let's go on with it and show you the three that are unfortunately being retired. Right, the first retiree is my BR Green Hornby Princess Elizabeth. Now it's quite a sort of sentimental story to this. So my granddad, many years ago, built a model railway, and he built everything from scratch, even the models. And he built a Princess Elizabeth just like this and gave it to my dad, who then gave it to me when I was a teenager, and the only thing around was DC, and it was the best loco I had. It always ran. I can't ever remember cleaning it or fixing it, and it just kept on going. So when I set up my previous layout, one of the first things I got was a Princess Elizabeth. And at that time I didn't quite understand the DC and DCC thing and how difficult it was to convert them successfully. So this got converted, as did the other two retirees. And to be honest, this was the best runner out of them, but it was really noisy. And yeah, it was fine going round in a loop, but when it came to going in at points and at sidings, it was either full speed or nothing at all, which is also problematic when you're about to run out of track. So I hummed and hawed for ages on the new Princess Elizabeth, because when I heard Hornby were releasing a new one, I thought brilliant. But they released Princess Elizabeth in the maroon LMS rather than the green BR. And I was really torn on whether to get it or not. However, decided to do it. So Princess Elizabeth and its old guys is being retired to a display cabinet. I'm certainly not getting rid of it, but it's still a lovely model. So moving on to number two. So number two is one of my A4s. It's Golden Plover, and it's from the Queen of Scots pack, Hornby again. Now this was given to me by my father-in-law a few years ago when I started up with a model railway again. Unfortunately, when he had it, it took a dive off the dining room table. It's never really worked properly since then. Again, I got it converted to DCC. It's very erratic. It starts and stops all over the place, no matter what I do. It's been up and down the shop, and it just won't run, to be honest. And it's a shame, because if I take you around to the front, it is, fully marked out for the Queen of Scots train pack, and it is a really nice livery, really detailed. But again, I mean, it wouldn't even go around in a loop. It would just stop, start, jerk back and forward, and yeah, it was a pretty horrible runner. So Golden Plover is off to the display cabinet as well. The third one is my Hornby St Nigel Grizzly from the Blue Streak pack. Now, you remember a few videos ago, this had came back and it was running, and I was so happy because this is the first new loco that my mum and dad gave me when I was a teenager. And I love it, absolutely love it. The livery's stunning, the red wheels are just amazing. It's, you know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful model. Unfortunately, again, like Princess Elizabeth, it goes round in a circle once you warm it up. I mean, it's murder to get going, and then once it's warmed up, it kind of goes round and round and round. It won't go over points unless it's at full pelt. It's pretty murder in the fiddle yard. So I have to let go of my sentimentality and retire it and replace it. Yeah, it's still very valuable to me. Might not be valuable money wise, but it's very valuable sentimentally. So it will be getting pride of place in the display cabinet. So as you can tell, I'm a bit gutted that that's not running. So that's the 3 retirees. Let's move on to the 3 replacements. So the first of the new arrivals is the new, or newish, Hornby Princess Elizabeth that I think it came out this year. And it's, what was it, R3709. So there it is. Now, as I said, I had my reservations about getting this because it was in the LMS Crimson. However, I have to admit, it's a stunning model. Hornby are really, you know, pulling out all the stops for their new stuff. This wasn't cheap, it was £170. Cheapest I could find it online. To be fair, it hasn't really dropped in price since it came out. But I would go as far as saying it's worth it, just about. Now yeah, I'm a wee bit late to the game. There's been plenty of reviews of this that I'm sure you've seen, so I'll give you a quick look at it. But it's for starters, it's really heavy. Like the engine is really heavy. I'd imagine it's got some pulling power. I'm sure Sam's Trains has probably done a video on how many carriages it can pull. I'm not going to bother with that. But I mean, the livery is cracking in the crimson with the yellow and the black, and everything is crisp. You know, the tiny little details like that. Right, focus. You know, it's as crisp as anything. Lovely pipe work on the boiler, rivet work, separately fitted handrail. And the tender as well. I love the tenders. I love all the work with the yellow around the wheels. Now, something I've never seen before, unless it's been an optional extra, this actually has the glowing firebox, the flickering firebox, which is a really nice touch, I have to admit. Which I suppose almost justifies the price, maybe. And it comes with, well, things like these slide events that, to be honest, I think if I slide them too much, are probably just going to fall off. As you can see, they go a bit squint. I don't really bother with that, but lovely detail on it. So yeah, the new Princess Elizabeth replaces the old Princess Elizabeth. So that's number 1, and we'll move on to new recruit number 2. Okay, new recruit number 2 is the Hornby LNERA4 Samara Wilson in wartime black, and it is R3441. And there it is. Camera having focusing issues, there we go. Now, I've been looking at this for ages. There was this, and there's another one. I can't remember its name, but this one's slightly more detailed, in that it's got the red nameplate, and it had a couple other things. And some people might think this is quite a boring livery. I actually think it's really interesting. I don't know, it's just like, you know, there's a thing about black cars, they just look, well, when they're clean, they look, I don't know, fast, and depending on the lines, they can look quite aggressive, and I think it's the same with this. There's just something about it. I can't really explain what, but the matte black finish with the red board and the yellow writing is quite striking. And again, it has a lot of detail on it. So if we go in, you know, there's a lot of rivet work. There's a lot of individual detail along the boiler. Got the glazing there. Tender's quite plain, but again, that works. It just works. And then if we go into the cab, camera's just having focusing nightmares today. We've got quite a detailed cab going on as well. No glowing firebox this time. I mean, this is an older model, I think. I think it's been out for a few years. It's certainly discontinued in Hornby's stock. So I managed to get this for what I would consider a steal. The only place I'd seen it was an online model shop, and they were wanting £190 for it, which I wasn't paying. I found this on eBay for £110 with free postage, and I snapped it up. I couldn't believe it. I didn't ask any questions. I had a good look at the photos, and it's brand new. There's not a mark on it. There's no damage. It runs like a dream. So yeah, that was an absolute bargain. So that is recruit number 2, and we'll move on to recruit number 3. Okay, recruit number 3 is the LMS Princess Coronation class City of Edinburgh in LMS black, and this one is R3681. And there she is. Come on, focus. There we go. Now, yeah, if any of the people that have been following me for a while, yes, I already have 2 cities. I've got City of Bristol and City of Carlisle. One's in blue and one's in maroon. But I love these locos. Just the look of them, the detail of them. They look powerful. They look quite aggressive. And the liveries that Hornby are currently creating for them are just stunning. Now, I did want City of Glasgow. I was born and grew up just outside of Glasgow. However, City of Glasgow isn't DCC ready, so I had to defect to the East Coast and get City of Edinburgh. Don't tell anyone. But the livery is just superb. The black with the red and the yellow is just so striking, and as with the other two, the small details are just, you know, they're just perfectly done. Once the camera focuses, it does not like zooming in on these things. There we go. So you can see the LMS stamp on the front there, the crisp lines on the boiler, all the rivet details, all the pipe work, you know, the little gold, whatever that is underneath the nameplate. Again, the rivet details and the tender. It doesn't have the detail around the wheels of Princess Elizabeth, but I think it looks great with the yellow LMS and then the black and the red and yellow edging. And all these models have sprung bumpers and the likes, and this one has a particularly well detailed cab as well. And you can see all the intricate painting done in the cab. Now this is quite new. I'm sure this Hornby released this the end of last year or the start of this year. And I managed to pick this up for, I'm sure it was about 120 quid. And again, when you search around, it's retailing for the best part of £200 in a lot of sites. So another good bargain, another really striking loco. So yeah, let's go into a wee running session with them going around the layout, and I have to say, I think apart from I have pre-ordered the Hush Hush, so apart from the Hush Hush, I think that's my collection finished, unless something really catches my eye. But these were sort of the final three to complete everything. So apart from the Hush Hush arriving hopefully at Christmas or maybe the start of next year, I don't think there'll be many new arrivals at Greenhill Junction now. He says before he sees something else online. I really must stay off eBay. So yeah, let's go into our running session. Let me know what you think of the locos. Leave any comments you have. Subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with what I'm doing on the layout. And thanks very much for watching. Alright, speak to you again soon. Cheers.